Today we are in the Empire State. Yep, the state of New York. We are going to hike Black Mountain, the 7th most topographically prominent mountain in New York, located in the town of Clemons. Taking the, I guess it's a Black Mountain Trail to the top. This has been on my bucket list for a long time, plus I am way overdue for a visit to the Empire State. Last time I went here was in 2011 with my dad, so why not? Plus another non-New England hike under my belt. 2.5 miles to the top. Say about 1,500 feet of gain. Let's do it. We're starting out on what appears to be the road to the Fire Warden's Tower. Last report I read from this place, Black Mountain, the tower is closed off to the public, so don't know if that's the case, but if it is, only the views we're gonna get are probably directionals. But there are some nearby ponds that I might consider visiting too, just to extend the hike and make the drive more worth it. Black Mountain Summit, 1.8 miles. Over yonder is a private residence, so I won't show that out of respect. And sorry about that, the camera kind of crapped out. Anyway, for those of you who didn't know, we are in New York's Adirondack Park. And this specific area of the park we're in is Lake George Park. Lake George is one of the larger bodies of water in the state. And I believe Lake George is also Black Mountain's key call, meaning the low ground that separates it from a higher peak. And an Adirondack hike will be incomplete without the characteristic foot trail signs put out by the New York State Department of Environment and Conservation. Awesome. Anyway, up we go. Alright, now we're on an older, more eroded part of the, what I assume to be the Fire Warden's Trail. But still, it's definitely more trail-like than that first time we walked on. Say we got about 1.5 miles, give or take, the summit of Black Mountain. Let's go for it. It's the first major crossroads of the hike. Trail to Lapland Pond is 1 mile that way, whereas the trail to Black Mountain is 1.6 miles this way. We'll hit up Black Mountain first, see what that's all about. If I have time, well, obviously I have time, it's just barely 8 o'clock. Well, if I feel like it and have enough battery power left on my camera, I'll go visit Lapland Pond and Black Mountain Pond. Trail's still easy, but that also means we haven't gained much elevation since leaving the trailhead off of Pike Brook Road. According to the altimeter, we've only gained not even 300 feet, I think. So that tells me that most of the rest of the gains just could be thrown at us all at once. But hey, it's a good workout. And I need it considering I drove all the way here from the Manchester, New Hampshire area. Gotta say, it's kind of a gloomy day. I mean, driving up here is pouring at times, and the rain cleared, but the clouds didn't. And no disrespect to you country fans, but listening to country on a dreary day driving through Vermont kind of makes you a little depressed. At least it does me. But I'm hoping that that changes. If not by the time we get to the summit, hopefully by the time we get to the ponds, if we decide to go that route. He thinks I was right when earlier in the video I said the rest of the elevation gains could be just thrown at us at the end. This is by far the most notable up we've had since leaving the trailhead. But even so, it's not that challenging. And then again, New Hampshire's White Mountains trained me well. The sun looks like it's starting to come out over there. As you can see from that glare, I hope it's going to burn out the clouds over there, at least enough so you can get a view. Overall, the trails, sad to say, it's been kind of meh. But you got a little bit more to go. And a lot more to go if we visit the 2 ponds. Come to think of it, there's actually a pretty big trail system in this Lake George Park. Might make a good backpacking spot. Anyway, to the summit of Black we go. Alright, now the trail's gotten a little bit more interesting. The woods, oh, they have changed. Still got a fair amount of vertical gain left. I think, don't quote me on this, the summit's around 2,700 feet. Say, still got about 400 to 500 left, unless my altimeter's off that bad. Anyway, we'll soon see. We done it. Welcome to the summit of Black Mountain. Elevation approximately 2,700 feet, I think. I'll confirm it in the video, the final project. Anyway, it's in or near the town of Clemons, New York, and the Lake George area of Adirondack State Park. So you can see some fog's kind of rolling in. Right here we got a wind turbine that appears big, but in reality is probably the smallest one I've ever seen. The ones in New Hampshire are much bigger. That is the fire tower that I referred to, but unfortunately it's blocked off, just like I read. But fortunately there's some awesome directional views, particularly the one out toward Lake Champlain in that valley. I'll try and get a video of it once I'm done this. The hike up from Pike Brook Road was actually an incredibly easy hike. I think it barely took us an hour to get up here. Perhaps not even. You follow the old Firewarns Road most of the way, then near the top it became a lot more trail-like. 2.5 miles, don't know the vertical gain off the top of my head. Again, I'll confirm it in the final project. Not a very challenging hike at all. So, I'm going to meet you at the directional viewpoint of Lake Champlain down there. And once I'm done that, I'm just going to hang out for a little bit, decide what my next plans are, and then I'll catch you when I decide what I want to do. Alright, we're back down off the mountain and we're heading home. Might tag a few small places along the way just to make the drive a little bit more worth it. But we're currently on US Route 4 in or near Dulwich, the town of Whitehall, New York. Overall, the hike was very easy, not particularly scenic, although the summit was nice, including the view from Lake George. But overall, I have to give it a thumbs up. Nice, easy mountain hike to good views. Granted, they were kind of obstructed by clouds. So, the reason why I'm doing the closing clip now is because my camera died pretty much completely at the trailhead. So, here we go. Round trip distance was about 5 miles, give or take, with I'd say 1,300 feet of gain. So, from US Route 4 and Black Mountain, New York, see you on my next adventure.